Sportsnet Lakers, brought to you by Mercury Insurance. Chris McGee, Danny Green, Big Game James Worthy, Allie and Mike Trudell down at the arena. How we doing?
Great, man. You?
I haven't seen you in a while.
It's been a little while. It's been a little while. We missed you last time. It was just
us
you
and
two.
Allie.
You just been traveling, you know,
Yeah, no, I got to
all
go.
over Vail.
Got a one-day trip with the Lakers to Vail.
Skiing across the slopes with Robert Ory.
I did not get to ski, though. I did not get to ski. I did have Sasha's wine, though, with Sasha and Rob. That was fun.
Nice.
All right, let's get into it. Over the last 5 games, you can really see the shift. The Lakers have won their last 2, going 2-0 with a massive plus 26-point differential, a huge turnaround from the previous 3, where they lost all 3 of those. They were getting outscored. Shooting tells the story. 52% from the field, and a scorching 46% from 3 in the last 2. And look at the assists, up to 31.5. I know that makes James Worthy happy.
Yeah.
And listen, I get that it was the Kings and the Warriors, but in the last 2 games, the Lakers have played with a winning formula. You put the game away early. Starters are resting in the 4th. Everyone gets to play, and that's what you want to see against these bottom teams. Now, the Pelicans, they're healthy. They're playing better, but they're the 3rd worst team in the Western Conference. How do the Lakers kind of keep that winning formula going, James?
You know,
It's a trap game.
yeah, exactly. Bottom teams are not. It's good that they're finally getting some time on the floor together. You talk about guys that have been injured, guys that have been out. It's been kind of difficult for the coaching staff, along with J.J. Redick, to kind of project, you know, lineups and things. So, yeah, you know, regardless of, you know, 500 or not, winning is good. It's a good taste in your mouth, regardless of who you winning against. So they got to keep that going by defending, connecting with one another, and this is a true test for them going forward.
Yeah, I mean, got to jump on them early. Take away their confidence early. Like, it's a young team. If they get going, then it'll be trouble.
They believe.
Yes, you can't give them that type of leeway, that type of lead. You got to jump on them early, hit them first, and continue to keep your foot on the gas. But, you know, just to take in this game like any other game and approach it serious, because any given night in the association, you know you can lose regardless of who's on the floor. So you don't want to give them any type of life or any type of confidence in this game by, you know, first quarter making a statement.
So the Lakers have 1 road game in their next 7, and that is Thursday night. So tomorrow they pack their bags, they get on the plane, they go to Denver. Everyone's looking forward to that game, but you have to tackle the one in front of you, James. Is there anything you want to see kind of ironed out with the team before you get to that Denver game?
Yeah, I mean, Danny just said it. I mean, you gotta verbalize to one another every now and then. The coach can't always do it. Yeah. You know, I love Marcus Smart. I'm sure he's doing it. You know, that little bring it in right before everybody goes out, and just remind everybody what you have to do that night. They got to defend, Geeter. They can't give up offensive rebounds once they defend. They can't turn the ball over. You know, and they gotta make statements once they get a lead. They gotta protect it, and that becomes the most vital thing for them, is protecting their lead and not, you know, getting behind so much that they have to use all their energy to come back. So, yeah, they gotta get serious now. This is a serious time of the season.
What I'm hearing from the Hall of Famer is clean basketball.
Exactly, and what I was going to say is the 31 assists is what stand out to me the most. Just moving the ball, having fun. You know, if you continue that trend, I'm not saying I've given up on their defense, but defensively, we know they're not going to be one of the greatest teams out there. They can tighten up and be better, but you got to use your offense to be your defense, and that's be efficient, score, take great shots so you can give your defense a chance to get back, be set. But if you continue to move the ball, have fun, you've seen guys throwing lobs, get out and running. But at 31 assists is unbelievable, obviously, because they shot better. But you can still move the ball and get good looks if you just, you know, keep it hopping around and still have fun with the game if you just let everybody touch the ball.
You guys are right, too. The defensive end is where it starts, and they have showed moments. They've shown games, James, and they have tightened it up as of late, so hopefully that trend
No question. But Danny's right. The offense is what makes their defense hot. When everybody's touching the ball, they play better defense, no doubt.
All right, for more, let's check in with Mike Trudell, joining us from downtown L.A. Michael.
What's happening, guys? Look, this game a little bit trickier than it might look on paper, just based on New Orleans getting healthy. still waiting to hear for sure on Zion Williamson, but he warmed up. Usually that I assume against the Lakers, that means the guy's going to play. That's what it's been like all year. And the other thing for the Lakers, Chris, we were so close to having another no injury or a clean injury report, I should say. And then Maxi Kleber popped up on there today with a little bit of back soreness. He, of course, played really well in both games over the weekend, first in Golden State and then here against Sacramento. So we started with Maxi Kleber when we talked to J.J. Redick and then got to the New Orleans Pelicans and where the focus needs to be. Here's the head coach.
Yeah, he just started feeling it yesterday, actually, on the off day, and you know, not really any better today. He's going to go through his pregame stuff and try to give it a go.
What have you seen from New Orleans, and as you kind of wait to see if Zion's going to play or not, but you know they've been better than their record lately and playing some pretty good basketball.
Yeah, they've won. You know, they won 4 of their last 5. I think the big thing with them is like all their guys are just playing really aggressive right now. Saddiq Bey, obviously, you know, has had a really hot stretch here with Murphy being out. Murphy comes back, Zion misses the game. You know, this is the first time that they're healthy in like 2 years. Because they're without their pick, they're still trying to win games. You know, normally you get to this point of the season and the dreaded T word comes in, but this is not the case here. You know, they're publicly talking about they want to be in the play-in, and everybody loves playing the Lakers here, so it's going to be a tough game, and I think we have to do a great job of getting back, you know, and a great job of protecting the paint with, you know, #1 in drives, #1 in points in the paint, number 2 in, you know, rim rate. I mean, they're just at the rim all the time, and you know, the switch to the vets, you know, whether that has impacted this hot stretch or not, but you know, with DeJounte back and DJ filling in for some minutes and starting, they're playing really good basketball right now.
All right, so New Orleans, as JJ said, playing some good basketball. The Lakers will have to play well to beat them. And Geeter, we'll see if they can get some of that momentum to carry over from the weekend where they did play some good basketball on both sides of the court.
All right, appreciate that, Mike. Have fun down there. We are headed to break. We got Lakers and Pelicans coming up. Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves going at it in the pregame, getting some shots up, and now AR is taking it to Luka, letting him know that he is the man here. Now, he's currently listed as questionable, but we all know he's going to play, Danny Green. He was out there warming up, as Mike Trudell told us, and that could be a big boost for his team.
I mean, he's been playing well. These numbers are great for anybody in the league. But for Zion, I think people had higher expectations. But shooting almost 60% from the field, like that's huge. And the way he can rebound, how explosive he is, just another threat out there that you have to worry about in the scouting report if you're the Lakers. So this definitely gives New Orleans an extra boost of energy, another guy that can score but rebound, set screen and roll, you know, give you some energy plays and buckets, dirty work, because there's a quick second bounce. So, yeah, I mean, if he's in this game, this is going to be a challenge, you know, and also DeJounte Murray's back. So, you know, this is not some team to take lightly.
I remember Julius Randle when he was with the Lakers those first 4 years. He was dominating people in the paint. And then he developed that three-point shot. Zion right now just 25% from 3.
Yeah.
Do you think he's got to develop that if he really wants to take that next step?
It would be nice. I don't think he has to. But, again, I think it's more of a mental thing with him because his rookie year, I remember him shooting more. He doesn't take many. You know, it's kind of went backwards in the aspect of, like, being confident in it. I don't think he's a terrible shooter, but if he worked on it and shot it, you know, it'd be better than 25%. So it would be nice for him to have it, but I don't think he needs it. He's so explosive. He can be effective at doing what he does.
Strong dude, big game.
Unstoppable at times.
Yeah.
You know, reminds me of Charles Barkley with a little better ball handle and, you know, agility. But once he gets going, Geeter, when he's healthy, he's almost unstoppable if you don't send 2. And sometimes he can split 2 defenders. He's extremely strong. It's like freaking Herschel Walker out there, you know, playing. He's
athletic.
Tough. He's tough, man. So if he ever gets healthy, he's gonna be a load to deal with.
So listen, they are not in tank mode, even though you might think they are, because they don't have the pick.
Yeah.
But they are the 3rd worst team in the West, but they are getting healthy. They've won 4 of 5. The Clippers just beat them. Their last outing, Murphy went for 42. Saddiq Bey is now averaging like 17. You got DeJounte Murray back. How important is it, Danny, for this Laker team to take this game real serious from the jump?
Very important. Like I said, the biggest part of the game is the jump, the start of it, because if you let a young team like this get going with Jeremiah Fears, Derek Queen, those rookies that are very good and special.
They love Fears down there.
They have a great feel for the game, especially Queen. Like he's just so talented and skilled. But Fears too, he ain't backing down from nobody. He's challenged Luka at times, been in his face some, so he's kind of gritty. You let these guys get going and get a feel. You, of course, with the threats of Trey Murphy and Zion and then DeJounte Murray, it'll be a troublesome game. So from the jump, you got to take this game serious. Again, like Big Game was saying, you got to huddle up. You got to let it be known what's at stake here, how serious, like what the plan is, the game plan is from start to finish. And you let guys know, like, yo, I know it's the Pelicans, but we need to lock in because this is a game that we need. And from the jump, we need to set the tone. We cannot take this lightly, and we cannot allow them to give us, a battle, and where we have to play close in the fourth quarter.
And listen, Murphy's averaging like 38.5 against the Lakers. Herb Jones is the guy that everyone covets. There are some pieces there, Big Game. You're seeing the Hornets now play a lot better and start to get into the playoffs. Interesting to see if New Orleans can make something happen there. You got a lot of young talent, a lot of length.
They believe,
yeah,
because they're not, they're not trying to like tank it out. They're trying to get in the play-in and see if they can upset somebody. I mean, they have, players that can play. If they get better, that's the only thing they're trying to do, Geeter. So the Lakers need to take this one seriously. Los Angeles crypto is a big stage for these guys coming from the East Coast. So
good point.
Zion's going to play tonight. This is a big stage for him. He wants to show up the Lakers. So we'll see.
Yeah, the last thing, sorry to cut you, but the last thing you want to do or be is the team that helps another team turn around their season or gives them that boost. Like, you don't want them to start their winning surge at your game. So, like, Lakers got to, come in really focused and locked in.
When you say that, I think about the Hornets. They really got going after that Laker win. 17-5.
All it takes is one game for them to be like, oh, we can believe we got this.
Don't lose in your backyard, dog.
Nope. Lakers and Pelicans tip things off at 7:30 right here on Spec.